Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode of Comedy Pinata. I am Steve Byrne. Joining me for this episode, by the way, we're coming to you from Zanies in Nashville, a historic, iconic comedy club across the country. Definitely everybody's top 10 comics, I think, to go. You hear constantly, it's something about the bones in this place. And I'm joined here with a round table of great comics. This week joining me is my good buddy, multiple hour specials. Just did one, Father Time, I believe, right? And you have a new one coming out very shortly, you know, from Chelsea and all that other stuff. He had his own talk show. Josh Wolf, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, how are you? Hi, good to see you.
What's the new hour called?
The new hour is, I know, right? Wow. I can't wait to hear yours. It's called Here for the Fun. It comes out on October 19th on my YouTube channel. And this is completely different than anything I've ever done. This one is like 30 minutes of stand-up and a straight hour of music.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to explain yourself to a guy that this is the first episode of a show that no one's ever seen before. We're doing a new thing. We're doing a new thing that no one else has done before.
Another comic here, living in Nashville. One of the mainstays here at Zanies. Love him. He's one of the more entertaining comics you'll find on Instagram.
I'll take it.
Always doing stuff. Phenomenal golfer, from what I hear.
Wait.
And
doing a theater tour right now.
Doing a theater tour.
Yeah.
I just saw the intro where like the smoke's coming out, like a WWE fighter coming out.
Too much.
But an incredible following. Theater tour. Mr. John Crist, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, snap. Apparently, we all just got back from Lids. We're all at the mall. And, so this is Comedy Pinata. I want to explain to everybody what we're doing here.
Can we just talk about the producer's outfit just for a second?
This is David, our producer. Young comic as well, but he's also our producer. Adrian Culp helping out as well. Our producer, Adrian, I've known for years, worked at Happy Madison, booked the Late Late Show, and he's a big producer for Apple with a lot of great country artists. And David, well, he looks like an Amber Alert. He's waiting to be kidnapped. Yeah. But you do, how would you describe his casual attire today?
Well,
he looks, I would just describe it as almost given up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like right up against that line of I don't give a shit.
He goes into like a restaurant, they're like, "Are you lost?"
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
They're like, "You shouldn't be here."
We're not looking for help. Thank you. Yeah, we're good in the kitchen.
Not like, do you have a reservation? It's like,
it's called Comedy Pinata. What we're going to do is we have established comics every week, comics you've definitely heard of, and some you may not have, but all here on the scene nationally. And what we're going to do is we're going to watch a bunch of stand-up comedy clips. We're going to watch these clips. We're going to discuss them. We're going to give an educated discernment on these. We're going to score it, and at the end of every episode, we will have a score. We will crown somebody a winner per this episode.
Yeah.
We'll get through all these clips, but for every episode, no matter who's on the panel, one of us will have a clip that David, our producer, has picked. So we can't be too judgmental because
one of mine or yours.
It could be any of ours.
Like
so we're going to see. So
can I say one thing that I love about this?
Yes.
Is comedy is 100% subjective, which is what I love. And so you're going to get, the three of us probably like different things about comedy.
Yeah.
And so the best thing about showing clips from people that everybody knows and are wildly successful, that these are already probably very successful people.
Sure. Yeah.
But we'll have three different points of view on what we like about them. I love that.
And this is also the opposite of like, you know, when you go to those like industry and people that don't do comedy are like telling you how to do comedy. You're like, oh no, tell me more. This is super helpful. Like, these are we've eaten it harder. I don't know if these are probably people crushing. Are they people crushing or bombing?
Well, it's going to be a plethora of all kinds of.
All right.
Well,
it's going to be one or the other because otherwise it wouldn't be on there.
I think for the first ones we're gonna get to know these. But I agree with you. And I thought, look, I've seen movie podcasts where stunt men talk about the stunts and they break down stunts. I've seen movie podcasts where special effects artists break down Star Wars, but I've never seen anybody break down stand-up comedy via professionals that are actual stand-up
comics. And you know how insecure and narcissistic comedians are? If you heard that you were on this show, I'd be watching that instantly.
Oh yeah.
Of other comics crushing your bits.
Wait, is my bit on there? Oh yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
I would immediately. And I would immediately be watching that.
And then I'm going on their YouTube channel and be like, this is what I think about your fucking clip, bro.
Immediately. Yeah. Oh, I wish somebody would put my clip on there. Yeah.
Here we go. Clip number 1. Uno, are you feeling any vibes on this one?
Yeah, I like this one.
You like this one?
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, we're going to see. Let me pop this bad boy open. Here we go. We got, Louis C.K.
Here we go.
Louis C.K. for our first clip. Let's watch first clip, Louis C.K. Here we go.
Everybody has a competition in their brain of good thoughts and bad thoughts. Hopefully they win. The good thoughts win. For me, I always have both. I have like the thing I believe, the good thing. That's the thing I believe. And then there's this thing. And I don't believe it, but it is there. It's always this thing and then this thing. It's become a category in my brain that I call, of course, but maybe. I'll give you an example. Okay, like of course, children who have nut allergies need to be protected. Of course. We have to segregate their food from nuts, have their medication available at all times, and anybody who manufactures or serves food needs to be aware of deadly nut allergies. Of course. But maybe if touching a nut kills you, you're supposed to die. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Jesus. I have a nephew who has that. I'd be devastated if something happened to him. But maybe, if we all just do this for 1 year, we're done with nut allergies forever. No, of course not. Of course, if you're fighting for your country and you get shot or hurt, it's a terrible tragedy. Of course. Of course. But maybe if you pick up a gun and go to another country and you get shot, it's not that weird. Maybe if you get shot by the dude you were just shooting at, it's a tiny bit your fault.
Okay,
there you
that
go.
was Louis C.K. And of course, but maybe, what are your initial thoughts on this one? Because I think the minute I say Louis C.K., you think, of course, he's one of the greatest comics.
Yeah.
But maybe.
I will tell you. So in this clip specifically, initially a few things happened. One, in this clip, he couldn't dress more like a dude who jerks off in front of people.
100%.
Like in this clip, exactly. I'm like, but maybe you dress exactly like the guy.
There's the police lineup. It's probably that guy. It's probably
of course, I don't know it's for him, but maybe if you dress like that, you're a guy who jerks off in front of people who don't want you to jerk off in front of them. But here's a couple things that I do like.
By the way, he's taping a special, and he's dressed like a night shift manager at Barnes & Noble.
100%.
It is horrible.
Yeah.
Dress up for a fucking special. God damn it.
But that's how funny you are.
That's how funny.
That's how funny you are. That's like when Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp are like, I'm going to be as ugly as I want just to prove to you that everybody still wants to fuck me.
Yeah.
Right? So he can dress however.
That's right.
If any of us came with that outfit, they're like, let's not.
Yeah, let's not.
Let's get you into wardrobe.
Of course you can wear this, but maybe.
You should.
Yeah, where's the clothes you want us to steam?
I love, here's what I love. So, two things.
Yep.
One, as somebody who laughs and enjoys himself on stage.
Yes.
When I hear people like, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
One thing he's genius at is where he smiles and how he tells you with his face, it's okay to laugh at this part.
Good. Yeah.
He does it at most, even when he's talking about mischievous things with his kids. He may not laugh, or he may not do the Chappelle thing where he hits the mic on the leg.
Sure, yeah.
But he smiles. It's really a sly way to be like, you can laugh at this too.
And also, he's kind of bringing you behind it. I'm already sounding like a guy that I'm telling.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about comedy. He's like, oh, guys, tell me more about how my bits need to be improved.
That's why we're here, though.
That he's like letting you know that he also thinks it's inappropriate.
Yes.
That's why. So you're like, okay, we all agree here.
Yep.
That this is that's why it's funny.
And
I think when you're laughing at your own bits, if you ever are allowed to, it's when you're filming the hour special, because you've been working for a year to 1.5, 2 years, however long it is. You finally get to do it, and when you hear the audience enjoying it, you're enjoying it. You're almost like rehearing it for the first time. I think when you film it, you're like, fuck, it's working. It's fucking working. I'm gonna enjoy this as much as they are.
My whole theory, honestly, is that one of the reasons that I laugh and smile so much when I'm on stage is I can't imagine having any more fun in my life.
It's a good time.
And when I'm on stage, I'm having fun every time. I'm having some fun.
It's a good time.
And so what I do, and it's like what you said with his bits, man, this one especially, it's expert level. This is how I'm going to get you to laugh at this real dark thing. Yeah. I'm going to show you what we all really think. Of course.
100%.
Yeah, right.
And if you wrote that, if that was written down and you handed it on a piece of paper, you go, whose bit is this? I go, that's probably Louis C.K. bit.
Well, this is the thing I was thinking when I was watching this. If you were doing this, I would think, do you ramp up to the kid at the end? Do you put the veteran, the injured first, somebody in the military first, and then go to the kid, or do you hit them with the knockout punch first and then go to this lesser of the two? Because that first one was so fucking funny, because it's kids, it's inappropriate,
and the kid is like, everybody knows that, or not, maybe at least the parent that's
somebody knows somebody.
That's to me why you put it first. You put the broadest one first. You put the one that we've all thought about first. I don't think we've all thought that military thing. So I think you put the peanut allergy one first, because we've all been on a plane like fucking peanut
this kid,
right? So we all, I think the reason he puts that one first is because it's the broadest. It's the one we can all get behind and see where he's going with this line.
Hit him with the best shot first, then jab,
I want to know what the third and fourth ones are. That they're like, let's not use those in the special.
Oh,
that he went farther than the military.
I don't think this bit is done. I think there's one more after the military, right?
Was there another bit after this?
I think there is another one.
Oh, let's hear this one then.
Oh, I've seen this. I love this one.
Of course, slavery is the worst thing that ever happened.
Here we go.
Right? I knew this one was coming. I was wondering why you stopped before.
Listen, you all clapped for dead kids with the nuts. For kids dying from
See, this is
then he puts
so
it back
smart
on
about where he puts
he puts them on the hook now.
They're on the hook for
They're on the hook.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't get to pick and choose now.
It justifies the bit.
Yes.
Of course slavery is the worst thing that ever happened. Of course it is. Every time it's happened. Black people in America, Jews in Egypt, every time a whole race of people has been enslaved, it's a terrible, horrible thing. Of course. But maybe every incredible human achievement in history was done with slaves. Every single thing where you go, how did they build those pyramids? They just threw human death and suffering at them until they were finished. How did we traverse the nation with a railroad so quickly? We just threw Chinese people in caves and blew them up and didn't give a shit what happened to them. There's no end to what you can do when you don't give a fuck about particular people. You can do anything.
Jesus.
Did that prove the point? Did that prove your point, Josh?
That
clears it up.
That proves the point. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He makes you laugh at the thing you know you're going to laugh at, and then he gets darker and darker and doesn't let you groan.
That's right.
Because you already laughed.
Yeah, I agree. He opens. By the way, if you pay attention, that would get the biggest laugh. If you did all three separately, the kid one would get the best laugh, and then it provides the foundation you can stand on to punch the kid on the other ones.
I'm sure, like, all of us have been like, all right, here are these things I'm going to do in a row.
Yeah.
I'm going to do them in every different order possible.
100%.
So I'm sure, being as great as he is and as meticulous as he is, and
I'm going to go and I'm going to get it. He probably tried all of them.
Yeah, I'm sure he tried. By the way, I'm sure there's two that were even darker than this one. That he was like, we'll probably end with slavery.
He's like,
we'll send these to Jeselnik. Well, this is classic. This is the epitome of what makes stand-up great, right? Set up, punch. You set it all up, and then you go to a place that's completely unexpected, and it's such a short form. We're all trying to do that. Some of them storytelling, whatever, but this is just such an easy pendulum swing. It's very digestible, and if I were to give this a score from 1 to 10, I would say an 8. What would you give?
Well,
can you keep track of these, David? Because I want to keep track of the score. So I give it an 8 out of 10.
Here's what I love about this. I love making people laugh at things they don't want to laugh at. And
that's a great way to describe your comedy.
Yeah.
That's the name of your special, dude.
Sorry, buddy. Okay.
Woo! Yeah.
I'm dead, dude. I'm dead.
Bro,
It basically describes my decade in LA for sure. Yeah, man,
Perfect.
so I think anytime you can do that and show it to them, this is why you hypocrites, you're deeming this to be worse than this, you fucking hypocrites, loosen the fuck up.
Yep.
And this, so for me, and it's economical, and for me, I give it a 9 because of the subject matter and how hard he makes you laugh at things you don't want to laugh at.
Right.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Wow. Okay.
Here's why.
Yeah.
Because this man is doing a comedy special in the round and has not left his back to those. Half of the people gave it a 10.
Yeah.
Half of the people gave it a 0. Because they're behind. They're behind him. The whole team didn't turn around once, dude. They were like, "I hate this show, dude." They're watching
I'm looking at Louis C.K.'s ass the whole time.
dude.
So you're doing it from the perspective of you're speaking on behalf of the people.
No, if
at
you
the
average, because that's a 10 out of 10 bit.
Yeah.
But then other people gave him a 0 out of 10 because they're looking at his back the whole time.
I
And
like
he's not
it.
even matching his outfit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I give it a 5.
All right, here we go. Let's go to clip number 2. What are your vibe? What's your vibe on 2?
It feels like something John's really gonna like.
Ooh, okay. I like
you think
this.
so?
Mason Kreskin,
All right,
I
here.
believe. Let's see.
I don't know.
We got Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman.
Oh.
Andy Kaufman for clip
yeah.
number 2. Let's see. This is a very divisive gentleman. My first initial thoughts are
mean-
people love him or hate him.
Can I say I hate the way you said divisive?
Yeah, that's
That is really divisive.
Did I say sorry.
Divisive?
Who? Who?
I don't even know what he means by that.
I'm watching too many British commentators on
Abbey?
CNN at
Yeah,
3 in the
yeah.
morning. That's,
He spelled favorite with a U.
Yeah. Guys, I got to keep this show on schedule. Let's show this.
Here we go.
Let's show this next clip. Here we go. Clip number 2, Andy Kaufman.
I'm not trying to show any talent. All I'm trying to do is have some fun. This is when I get together with friends and we go home and I have some fun. And I just want to believe you're my friends and we're having a good time. It doesn't work. I have no business being here, and I want to thank you all for showing me where I'm at. You really showed me where I'm at today. I was just trying to do my best. Ruin everything. Every time I'm trying to go wrong, I just trying to do my best. Thank you very much.
Andy Kaufman, clip number 2. The first thing I'm thinking is watching this. These are filmed at the Improv in Hollywood. I'd just be the comic in the background going, I don't want to fucking follow this asshole. That's my first thought. Because anytime you see this as a comic, you're going, oh, fuck, who's going to follow this guy?
He's like doing a thing.
He's doing a thing, exactly.
Look, man, 10 out of 10 because I respect bravery and weirdness. And anytime you get on stage and you're different, for me, the total respect. I would never watch that clip again in my life. I don't ever need to fucking see that again. Never. I never. Honestly, 10 out of 10. I love people who are weird, and that's your vision. And then there are people who love that, and I am not one of them.
It's like the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. It's like I fucking loved it, but I never want to see this again.
I just don't need. Look, and I heard people would say that about Mitch. And Mitch, I watched Mitch start, and And there were people who just didn't get them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that had a hard time sitting through that for an hour.
Yeah, look, man, I remember seeing Stephen Wright. And I remember watching 10 minutes of him being like, oh my God, this is the funniest guy ever. Yeah. And then half an hour into his set, I was like, yeah, I'm good for 15 minutes.
You're good for 15, There's a lot of those one-liners, like Wendy Liebman is a great comic, Tom Cotter, great comic. But after like 20, you're like, okay,
by the way,
you just hear the rhythm over and over and over again.
Not taking away from anything from
not knocking him, by the way. I love him. Yeah.
No, and I couldn't do that job.
Not taking away from any of this guy, but he's not good.
I couldn't write an hour of punchlines.
No, me neither.
But
Kaufman isn't one gear, though. He's fucking with the audience and everything. But I mean, I would give this a 3 out of 10 because I think I've read the biographies, I've seen the documentaries, I read the book by Zamuda. And it seemed like part of his thing was just kind of like getting a rise out of people, fucking around with people. And with Tony Clifton, it was just being mean.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's like the easiest thing to do in the world is to make people uncomfortable. The hardest thing to do in the fucking world on a stage is to make people laugh.
I agree.
And when 100%. You're making people laugh under the scope or foundation of being uncomfortable, it's kind of like cheating to me.
100%.
So I as much as I appreciate his talent, I just don't revere him like everybody else does. And I was fascinated with him for a long time, and I was trying to figure out why am I fascinated with him. And then once I figured out that, I guess, the algorithm of it all, I was just like, I'm fucking done. I'm done.
I agree 100%. For me, like, you know, the kind of gotcha hidden camera shows and make people. That's not my thing either. Like, I don't mind playing jokes on people, but we got to be in a jackassy way, arms out, all in it together.
Yeah.
Come on, what do we?
Right. This feels like he's always gotcha. He's always making the audience uncomfortable. And to me, that's not stand-up comedy, what we just watched. I might watch an hour of a variety show that he does.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm expecting. But this, to me, is not stand-up. And so... I love his
art.
Yeah, I love his balls, and I love the fact that he does what he wants to do. That is so commendable. But I'm with you on that.
By the way, when you said I love his balls, I just want to create a sound clip of that, and if somebody could drop that with beats and a bass line.
Yeah, that'd be great. By the way,
I love balls.
Yeah. By the way, I'm going to try another one. I love balls.
Okay,
that's even better.
John, what do you think?
I mean, I think. The first thing I saw him is all of us travel as comedians. I've heard that. How you getting that on the plane? How you getting those 2 bongos on the plane? That's my first. Where are you going with the bongos? And you're like, hey, dude, we're doing Cleveland this
for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes,
bringing the bongos.
Can I bring the bongos on the plane?
Like,
those are your carry-ons. No, I got a bag too. No.
Go to Guitar Center. Hey, you got 2 bongos. I need Will the bit stand on its own? Absolutely not. Yeah. We need the bongos. Yeah.
But you only hit it twice. Doesn't matter. I need those 2 bongos.
I toured with Tim Hawkins for a long time as a comic. Did a lot of churches and stuff, and he had this. He did an intermission in the show, and at the beginning he would make fun of, like, what if a pastor, this church is so big, what if the pastor came out on a Segway? And it was like hilarious. And then after the intermission, he goes, and he came out on a Segway. And it was, but to load this Segway onto the bus every night, it was like, is this worth
the bit?
The bit. And you do it every night, and the guy two guys got to load it up. And you're like, motherfucker, is it worth it? Yeah. He's going at 6 a.m. in the morning, a cab's coming, and he was like, the bongos are sitting right there.
Can you get the bongos?
Get the bongos, dude. He's like, no, it crushes.
Yeah. The cab driver's like, does it crush?
All right, so what are you giving 1 out of 10?
I mean, if that guy came on open mic and did that, Lucy would never book him again.
No.
Never.
No.
Never, dude.
She'd actually say, are you bringing those bongos on stage?
You can't come back.
Yeah, you
can't come back.
So what's your number?
I'll give it a 6.
6?
Yeah.
How come you gave him more than Louis C.K.?
I don't know. I mean, come on. This is weird.
You'd have to turn his back to anybody.
The points I don't think mean anything. He doesn't even give him.
What's that?
Yeah,
I think I gave him a 3 out of 10. Yeah, 3 out of 10. Okay, this is clip number 3.
Yeah, I feel good about this one.
You feel good about this?
Remember you said comedy is so subjective, and now you're saying I can't have my scores.
No, I was just curious why you like that one more than Louis C.K.
Well, let's not be divisive.
Let's not do that. Oh, here we go.
That's stupid.
Clip number 3.
That's my guy.
Okay.
Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah.
All right. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a comic that doesn't love Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that you used the one clip where he looks like a school librarian, but he's such a rock and roller.
Yeah.
Look at him. He looks like
cleaned up.
Yeah,
he didn't die of a drug addiction.
Yeah,
he tried
fucking diesel.
Overdue library books, dude.
Look at this guy. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
I went to a pizzeria. I ordered a slice of pizza. The dude gave me the smallest slice possible. If the pizza was a pie chart for what people would do if they found $1 million, this dude gave me the donate it to charity slice. I would like to exchange this for the keep it. I tried to walk into Target, but I missed. I think the entrance to Target should have people splattered all around. I was walking by a dry cleaner at 3 a.m. and the sign said, "Sorry, we're closed." You don't have to be sorry. It's 3 a.m. and you're a dry cleaner. It would be ridiculous for me to expect you to be open. I'm not gonna walk in at 10 and say, "Hey man, I walked by at 3, you guys were closed. Somebody owes me an apology."
That's a great joke, dude. Dang it, that's a great joke.
I've been working. Hey, that's right.
That's a great joke. That was a great joke.
You guys did that for my mom. I've been working at a lot of colleges lately. You know, I perform at the college, and I always buy the shirt from the college because they're quality shirts and they're colorful. But people get the wrong idea, you know. I walk around with a Washington University shirt on. Someone goes, "Hey, Washington U, did you go there?" "Yeah, it was a Wednesday." Hey man, every book is a children's book if the kid can read. All right. Wait, no. Hey man, if you're watching a parade, make sure you stand in one spot. Don't follow it. It never changes. And if you don't like the parade, run in the opposite direction. You will fast forward the parade.
Oh my word! Dude.
But now,
Holy shit.
he is a one-liner guy that I did watch for an hour.
Yeah.
Because his line of thinking and what he found funny and where he found jokes kept me on a different rhythm all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Even his acknowledgement of, you know, you're sitting here and that bit preceding the children's book bit, it was such a short joke. And he just kind of threw it in there.
Yeah.
So you kind of were off track, and then for him to sit there and acknowledge, okay, yeah. I mean, that to me is so, it's reminiscent of like Carson bombing the monologue jokes, pulling the microphone down. And it's just, it's a way of breaking down the fourth wall, I guess.
Well,
and
he also acknowledged that the other one hit hard.
That's right, yeah.
Because the crowd was like, okay, that's an unbelievable joke. And then he paused and laughed with them.
Yes.
As well. So he did he acknowledged when one hit, and he also acknowledged when one didn't.
When it didn't hit,
Both
that's
of them.
right, yeah. He
it felt like
he's great.
It felt like, and I could be 100% wrong.
Yeah.
But it felt like that children's book one was a joke where the set was going so well
he just
that
threw
he
it
had
in.
said to himself before,
There's no way.
"You know what?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can.
I like this one. I'm gonna throw it in here."
Yeah.
And then when it didn't work, the way he was like, "Okay." That felt like, because we've all thrown a joke in where we're like, "It's going so well, let me fucking try this one," and it goes, and you're like, "All right, not bad."
He's probably
I
don't think
probably
so.
shouldn't have.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
You're right. I was wrong.
You know what?
Yeah.
He's probably the perfect late night comic because he could always like, if you had to do 4 minutes and 30 seconds, he's like, I got a 7-second joke, I got a 30-second joke.
Oh,
We're like, I got 30 seconds left. I gotta go into another setup or a story.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
He also
he's like, I'll do it.
I think Twitter was made for this dude. Like if he had been around when Twitter was around, they would have renamed it Hedberg.
But by the way, to go to your point earlier, like if you transcribed these bits,
Mitch Hedberg joke,
instantly you'd go, "Oh, that's Hedberg."
That's a great,
that's Hedberg.
And that I think is the sign of a great comic.
Yeah,
is that you go, "Oh, that sounds like a, all right, yeah."
And you know why I always felt like he was like Cobain? So
because he looks like him.
Yeah. Because. And I'm going to stay away from the obviously bad drug jokes.
Yeah.
But because Cobain was an expert at, his hooks were very pop driven.
Yeah.
But they were unique. They also had this angst to them, right?
Yeah.
His topics are very broad. They're very, that rice thing. Rice is great for somebody if you're hungry to eat 2,000 of, right? Or some whatever.
That's a 10. Everybody likes that joke.
So
Who's
he
Matt?
takes the broad topic
Yep.
and then he makes it his own.
Yeah.
Which is the expert, to me, what makes somebody great. When you can be broad and specific at the same time, broad and unique,
Yeah.
that's the sauce. And he had that sauce.
And is there anybody that you know of now that's doing this?
A lot of people have tried.
I don't know of any.
Nobody's close.
Nobody's
like
close.
the Stephen Wright, this vein, I don't know of any.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you think about Stephen Wright, you think about Mitch, and it takes an eccentric person to have those eccentric thoughts.
Yeah.
And via those thoughts, you're getting it through a very, very eccentric individual. Stephen
Yeah,
Wright
yeah.
is not lighting it up. He's the furthest thing
No,
from Mick
yeah,
Jagger,
yeah.
you know. And then you go to Hedberg. And, I mean, he was one of the first guys I saw on Comedy Central when Comedy Central first dropped.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, that dude looks
That's
like a
it.
fucking rock star.
Yeah.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck is that guy?
Yeah,
and he had the
that's
delivery, the hair, the cadence. He's got this great style and
Good
this
attitude, yeah.
smooth delivery
He
and a
told me-
charm about him, too.
He told me that he was like, man, he drove across country with a guy named Chard Hogan in a bus.
Oh, no.
And this was in the 90s. And we were in Seattle at the time. And they were going to drive cross country and do mics. And, you know, go to the kitchen of comedy places to get food and clean up and work. They worked for food and they drove their bus around, their van around. And when he came back, I didn't know anybody who had done anything like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, what did you, like, what was it like out there? He goes, I found out that, like, there's only a small percentage of people who get me when I
Right.
walk
Oh,
into a
fair.
room.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said,
yeah,
now
yeah.
I just need to get all those people together.
Yep.
He was like, because there's some people, and the people who get me, get me.
Yeah.
But now I just need to find a way to get all of those people together.
Yeah, it's a goddamn shame what happened to him because he, it's like he's one of those individuals in comedy where it's like, I'm glad we had him as long as we did. His
Yeah.
clips are still
Bang.
popular
Still
on
kill it.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Still popular on
And
Instagram.
you still hear him on XM and stuff like that. It's a Mitch Hedberg bit.
Let's give a score to this. What do you say, John?
Man, I give that how long was that? 4 minutes?
I mean, that's
3 minutes.
We probably watched 2 minutes of it.
I give that an 8.
8 out of 10. Okay,
Yeah.
Wolf.
Yeah, for me, Andy Hedberg's a 9.
Yeah, I go 9 out of 10 as well. Let's do one more, and then we're going to get to our One of Us is Chosen. So
Oh, man,
this is
that's hilarious.
number 4.
All right.
What we got here?
All right?
Oh, you got, yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I can see I cheated.
Bang. We got a little Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac on.
I have to admit, one of my all-time favorites.
Oh, God. An incredible delivery.
I don't know what this bit is, but
I don't know what it is either, but
Oh, come on, dude.
yeah.
I got 3 new additions in my fucking
Yeah.
3 new fucking kids. My sister kids. You know, I ain't ashamed. We family. You know, my sister on drugs. Yeah, I ain't ashamed to tell you. I got her kids. You know, some of your family members fucked up. You're gonna be looking at me all fucked up. Your family fucked up too. I'm just happy to tell you about it. Yeah, my brother gonna call me and say, man, they're gonna take the kids. So, you know, I said, no, I couldn't have that. I came to court. The judge gonna separate the kids. You know, I should let the judge do that, but I didn't know. No, I'm giving these motherfuckers back, man. I ain't scared. These motherfuckers get on my fucking nerve, man. 3 fucking new kids in my damn family. 2, 4, and 6. Ooh, shit, come help me keep these motherfuckers. Going, and that 2-year-old, she the motherfucker. See, that bitch, she worships the devil. She's a worker for the devil. Oh, the 4-year-old, my sister must have really been getting high with her because she don't say shit. All she do is look at me. I told her the other day, I said, bitch, if a fire break out, boy, you better have a whistle or a horn or something. Or you gonna be a burn up bitch fucking with me. I ain't got time to lift no motherfucking law like this in no goddamn fire. Talk! Deaf mute, yeah, talk! Fire blazes, yeah, fuck that. And the 6-year-old, he old homosexual.
I mean, there's so much to touch on here.
there's a lot to touch
going
on here,
on.
yeah.
So, obviously, probably could not do that bit right now.
Well, part of it, for sure, yeah.
Right.
Part of it is a little dated, right?
I mean, are we talking about the suit or the hoop earring? I mean, the
I
hoop
was gonna
earring.
go a different direction with that joke, but that's better.
I mean,
Yours is
by the
better.
way,
Yours is better.
funny that he called someone a sissy with that hoop earring.
Yeah.
I
That is a
mean,
hoop.
dude, what are we talking?
That's a hoop.
What are we talking about? It's a hoop.
That's it. Just one though. Also,
yeah,
just one.
Just one hoop.
I respect it.
Yeah, like Mr.
This is an
Clean.
example to me of like personality trumping the material. You know, he's selling the material so well, and he's somebody I could watch for an hour. I could watch for 2 hours. It's just like, this is thoroughly entertaining. But he's also extremely, like, he's meaning everything he's saying. He's not exaggerating anything. He's straight up telling you what he's saying.
You can tell, like, I really don't. These kids are really a problem.
They're
like, I'm not like, I'm not
joking.
I'd hit them.
Yeah, these aren't jokes.
No, but he, like, it's not like, like, I feel like guys like this they're incapable of bombing because they're not trying to sell you.
No, that's a really good point, dude.
They can't. Like, this is what I believe, and you need to hear this.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. kind of the same. He means what he's saying, and you're calling out things that are like, if you're trying to sell.
Are you choking right now?
No, I just have allergies. If you're trying to sell, I'm just very passionate about this bit.
He does. the one black guy comes on the screen, and John starts to cry.
2021. No, but you can't. You were like, I've done shows where like I'm talking about. They're like, I mean, if you don't like this, that's fine. These are facts.
Yes,
these are facts.
Yes.
These are facts.
So, but you get comics that are trying to sell you a character or sell you a. I hope the crowd likes this. That's the opposite of that. The opposite.
I agree with you 100%. To me, my favorite type of comic is this dude right here.
Yeah.
Black?
He is a truth teller.
100%.
His truth is going
truth.
to come out of his mouth no matter what.
Yes.
Unapologetically, this is his truth.
And
he's going to tell it to you. He's going to tell it to you. There's a couple things he knew that people are going to go quiet. And he was like, I don't give a shit.
That's the great part about the bit. It's not the bit itself. Is when the audience kind of turned on him. He's like, no, fuck you, fuck you. And he dug in, and he's still garnering laughs the whole time.
And those are theater. There's thousands of people in there. There's a lot. There's I really, when you say something like that you know is going to turn a crowd. Yeah.
If you show an instant of weakness or an instant of I shouldn't have done that, you're done. You're done.
Lose him. You lose credibility.
He didn't. He dug in and he was like, no. This is why this is funny.
And I didn't get the reference to the kid on the TV show. I didn't.
Good Times.
But I get it.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, but I get. All right. Like if I was in that crowd and I hadn't seen that show, I'd be like, all right, the kids.
Yeah. But
if you get it, that's why like you're talking about the last comic. Like I gotta find my people. As a white guy that didn't grow up totally like that, I'd be like, this is funny. But if you are this is the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life
because you're living it.
And as a comic that's like a Christian, I grew up in church. When I go to them, they're like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. But dude, but if you do it here, it's funny.
Right.
But
right.
When I watch your clips, dude, and you know I'm Jewish. And when I watch your clips on the Bible, they make me laugh because of this exact reason. I'm like, the passion. This is something he has got 2 feet in.
Don't tell me I'm wrong about this because I know. I grew up like this.
100%.
Is that the name of your next special, The Passion of the Crist?
That's pretty smart.
Good one. Passion of the Crist. I like that one. Actually, not terrible.
Well, it's a little sacrilegious, but
is it?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
Somebody's like, let's call your fans like Crist followers.
Yeah, probably can't do that.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
That's not.
Especially if you came out carrying a cross.
Yeah, no problem.
You were like, bum, bum,
what's that comic that would do that?
On a Segway. Do it on a Segway. Come out the Segway and drag the cross behind you.
I don't think you could do that.
And have like a little ramp going up on the stage.
That's what you had to do. You gotta lean forward. Yeah.
All right. So what do you give Bernie Mac out of 10?
I'm gonna get. I mean, that's just taking. I started comedy because I saw Cat Williams, The Pimp Chronicles, in 2008, and he had that similar power like that.
Look at that.
There you go.
What do you think about that cockroach on the screen?
The crowd can see that. But that is, I give that a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
The cockroach or
nice.
Both. I give that bit a 10.
How about you? What do you think, buddy?
Yeah, man. You know, I'm not going to penalize him for the hoop earring. I'm not going to penalize him for the dated language.
Yep.
Just because I don't think you can, especially for comics, using language that was acceptable in that time.
Yeah.
Across the line language at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we should,
Yeah. So like that, I can't penalize him for that either. And for me, this is exactly what comedy's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Which is your truth passionately. So I'm 10 on this too.
10 out of 10?
Because by the way, this special, this whole special, Cedric in this.
Oh no, yeah.
Cedric's set in this.
Dude.
Cedric's great. Yeah.
Fucking unbelievable. So yeah, and maybe it's just the whole vibe that I get from this whole special, but I love this one. 10.
I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. I love Bernie Mac, but again, I think it's just like it's more personality driven than actual jokes, like when you watch Hedberg or whatever. Okay, so
should we just before we go on very quickly?
Yeah.
40,000 foot view. Should we be concerned that 3 of the 4 of these comics are dead? Just as I'm thinking about my future.
So that's on our producers. We got to get some maybe contemporary. Let's update this. But all right. So as
like
you
these
know,
are the greatest comics ever.
By the way,
sorry,
they're
all dead.
This makes me hope that this panel clip is yours and not mine. Because I'll be like, see you, dude. It was great knowing you.
okay,
could you imagine John Crist in his 50s? They're like, dude.
Well, good luck. I hope whoever dies, whoever's.
Well, one of us is always going to be on the hook here every episode. So
here we go.
Let's just see here. Well, what a shock!
Oh, here we go.
Oh Christ!
I can't wait.
I will apologize. Oh fuck!
Oh yes.
Oh shit! I apologize for whatever you're about to see, guys. This
can't
can't be good. This is not gonna. I don't even know what show this is.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Can you pause this for a second?
Let me tell you something about turning 40.
Let me ask you a question. How much do you hate watching your own clips, not only by yourself, but especially in front of other people?
This is horrible.
Watching your clips in front of other people. Oh, the fuck.
My first special I had to watch at Christmas with all of my... I left. I can't do it.
And how much pressure do you feel to laugh because he's sitting right here?
None. Zero. Yeah, no, I don't care. I don't care at all. I don't care at all.
He does it every Monday, so it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Why do you look so much younger?
Dang.
This is only a few years ago.
He's like, this was last year.
Yeah. This is before I moved to Nashville.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
When you turn 40, you will hear this in your life, and hopefully the rest of your life. You look good for 40. You look good for 52. You look good for 63. You never hear that when you're young. You never hear, you look good for 19. If you hear you look good for 19, guess what? You do not look good for 19. And I definitely embrace that I'm 40. I know I'm 40. I'm not trying to be young. I know this. It's over. No more medium t-shirts for this guy. No. Saturday rolls around. Hey, we going out? We getting drunk tonight? We're not. You can. What are you doing? There's a 2-hour dateline is what I'm going to do. I got to solve a murder with Lester Holt. That's what's on my docket. And I don't want to come off as grim or negative, but once I turn 40, I definitely have accepted death a little more. I think when you're 20, you want to backpack Europe, you want to skydive, you want to see things. Once I turn 40, I'm like, anytime now, honestly. I am exhausted. I am tired all day. I daydream about lying down under things. I'm like, right there, I could lie down right there, right in front of the bed. I'd be very comfortable. But this is what I mean. If I go to a gas station, I swipe my credit card at the pump, and it says, please come inside, see a tenant. I'd rather die than go inside and see that tenant. I'd rather get in my car and drive 3 miles to another gas station and walk 10 yards in your piece of crap place of business because you can't fix the pump. I'll take that. Thank you.
Wait, can you show this next bit?
No, hey, no.
I want you guys to see the clip where I wasn't asked back.
Okay,
all right.
Oh, yeah, is this why?
I'm almost confident of it.
And I'm married now, and I'll say this to the single, a lot of beautiful girls here, next time. A lot of beautiful girls. Know this, girls, I don't shed one tear for single girls. I don't feel bad for single girls. Girls are like, oh, it's so hard out there. It's really difficult. It's tough to meet a guy. Is it? Go outside. They're everywhere. Pick up a rock, throw it. You'll hit a dude. Here's a challenge, girls. Go out when nobody's out. You'll see guys. Go get gas at midnight. Oh, it's a guy. Go to Walgreens 4 in the morning. Oh, it's another guy. Go take a leak in the woods. You hear a branch snap. That's got to be a guy. And I have a
a young daughter, and I have a little boy on the way. I'm responsible for 2
You
young
can
lives.
skip.
I think it's at the end, but fuck it. Okay.
What
okay.
was it?
So
What was the bit you think?
I did a bit about how fat. I did a bit about how everybody's trying to be progressive or whatever, but fat white girls are the most progressive.
And James
heroes.
Corden is a fat white girl.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But it was like fat white girls, you know, when you're a little boy and you're in middle school and you think you might be gay, who's your best friend? It's gonna be a fat white girl. When you're, you know, who's the first guy, who's the first kind of white woman to start banging black guys in the 90s? It was fat white girls. So it was like how fat white girls are the progressive champions in the United States of America. And Corden was laughing, and then I did the fat white girl. It's like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Didn't
you
like
can't be
it.
seen
So.
laughing at that.
He cupped his own titties and was like, this is not funny. Fuck James Corden. I'm saying that out loud right now.
Okay, well, late night talk show sets. We've all been there. This is I think this is the last. You haven't done?
No.
For real?
Yeah, me neither.
Well, as you can
No,
tell,
no, I haven't.
even when I'm talking
We've
about,
all been there.
Except the other two people on the panel.
but there's lines like you can't say shit
Yeah.
where you
Yeah, you
normally
said
would.
piece of crap.
Piece of crap. It just like neuters the joke a bit,
Yeah.
but this I think this was the last late night talk show I said I did was maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Now, I want to say a couple things.
Okay.
One, I think that late night sets are the hardest sets to make funny
I just looked
for that exact reason.
It's not fun. Yeah.
Because you're under time crunch. They really, down to the word, are taking the fun out of your set.
Yes.
Down to the
And that
word,
crowd
right?
just seemed horrible.
And those crowds are tough. It's like 5 o'clock. Nobody's drunk.
Yeah.
They've had to listen to
They're
that.
like, this isn't Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
Who is
exactly.
like,
and
that,
they've had to listen to James try to be funny for who knows how long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
They're in, it's like 3:30, and they've given pass out Reese's. They do.
yeah.
So like, here, let's give them chocolate.
It's
And get
people
them
from the methadone clinic.
Yeah.
There in the crowd. So this hardest set. So that off the bat. But listen, man, I have always really enjoyed how you tell jokes and your joke structure. So I like watching your stand-up.
Well, thank you.
I enjoy watching it.
I feel like there's a butt coming here.
No. I enjoy watching it more sitting next to you while you're squirming. That makes it
fucking the worst feeling in the world.
But I want to
enjoyed
ask
that.
you 2 questions.
Yes.
Do you feel like this is like an honest stand-up question?
Okay.
Was when you're watching it back now, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you watched it before, because
I only watched one late night talk show set. It was after they did the Tonight Show, and I went down to the Improv to watch it, and they showed it on the screens, and
We
there was
can't relate.
captioning.
We've never been.
Yeah, I don't
so
know.
we don't.
I don't know what
We're
you're
out
talking
on this.
Okay, but they have captions. They were showing the captions, and as a joke was delivered, it said light laughter, and I said, "Fuck that! Never fucking watch one of these again." So I didn't fucking.
By the way, you should name that your next special. Steve Byrne, light laughter.
Diet comedy.
In
But I
parentheses.
want to ask a question about your pacing,
Yeah.
because you're speaking more quickly than you do when you're doing your set.
Yeah.
Do you feel that when you're up there and you're like 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes? I know I got to keep that. Do you feel it when you're doing those sets?
I think once you get out there, you know the clock is running, and it's like I got to get through this.
Right, and it's a countdown.
But you're also like, I got to bring energy into this because literally the person before you could be Anderson Cooper, and they're talking about travesties in Somalia, and then all of a sudden you come out
comedian.
and it's like, you guys ready to laugh? It's like, fuck, the band just played, and now it's like, bam, okay, you guys ready for comedy? And then you come out, it's just fucking, I don't know.
Those laughs were like the opposite of the brother. And then they stopped. They were like, laugh, stop. Laugh.
Yeah.
Like it was like, that's not how comedy, I think, Josh, it's not how it should be. That's not the jokes, the whole vibe.
5 in the afternoon.
You walk in, you go, I'm gonna eat shit here.
Yeah.
This is not, it's not gonna be good.
And the studio audience for this particular set was sprawled out a bit more because they tried to create like this club scene, but they had 2 people here 4 feet, 2 people here 4 feet, and they had them in like recliners, and then the studio audience. The worst was Jimmy Kimmel Live when it first came out.
It was in that other
theater. So if this
right?
is the stage, like they put the comedian in the corner here, and then you could only see part of the audience, and then the whole rest of the audience is over here trying to look over at you, so you're stuck in the corner.
Yeah.
And I remember Dave Rath, who booked it before it came out, he goes, He goes, hey, they go, Mr. Byrne, 1 minute till you're out. I go, okay. And Dave Rath comes up. He goes, by the way, if you just start bombing, just keep going, okay? Just look at the one camera. Ignore everybody else. I go, thanks.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole. Fuck, man.
Oh, good luck out there.
And guess what happened?
I
fucking bombed. Because then
I
got stuck in my head, and I'm going. It was the second talk show I'd ever done. It was fucking.
Well, they go like, when I used to get booked for things, they're like, they see your clips in front of my crowd at my venue, and they're like, hey, come do that at our company Christmas party. I'm like, yeah, I can't. But it's like any other act or skill, or like, just do that here. But like, I can't. Like Kevin Hart, Jerry Seinfeld, whoever, you can't do it here.
Yeah.
We need
the crowd. Yeah. I agree.
We can't.
I listen, man. Having never done a late night set like that, I can't imagine. Have I? I can't even remember.
Subtle flex.
I don't think. I don't think I did one on. I feel like I've had to do something like this, but I didn't
like
do one when I was
monologue.
on Ferguson. I was just a guest. You know
Well, that's nice.
but you know,
just straight to couch.
Yeah,
I never got
straight
to do
to couch.
panel. I always had to do stand-up, even when I had my own show.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, actually, Conan I did panel, but I think I did stand-up before it.
Hey,
and then
look,
I
dude,
went
you're
out.
on panel right now, bro.
Yeah.
This is panel. Bro.
Yeah. Listen, I again, you're doing something I can't do here. So, this style of joke, which I think you're excellent at writing, I don't have that skill set. It's one of the reasons I took a job writing for Foxworthy on Fifth Grader to try to develop this exact skill set.
Got it, yeah.
So when I watch people do something like this, I'm like, all my stories are at least 12 minutes long. So I don't even know how you can do that.
Well, late night
4.
talk show sets, I think you are kind of handicapped. Some shows are definitely better than others, but this was, it was an experience. So 1 out of 10, what do you guys give this?
You first, John.
And be honest, I don't give a fuck.
Well, I'm just curious, how are you gonna go $3,000 suit and then no top button? What was the thought process there?
Oh, the no top button?
Yeah, it's just like, I'm formal, but I'm cool. I'm
That's
fine.
I gotta let it breathe,
That's Rat
baby.
Pack. That's cool.
Like,
man.
hey, I'm ready to go, but also you never know.
Yeah, little Rat Pack style, yeah.
All right.
So
I'd say considering the workplace hazards to make that be successful.
I think we're adding the workplace hazards in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give that an 8 out of 10.
Oh.
So for me, Bernie Mac home crowd was in front of home crowd. Although, you know, Hedberg got huge laughs in front of
sure,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, who are you going to put in there that's going to do well there?
Besides Hedberg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not.
Yeah.
How many comedians are going to?
I'm with you 100%.
I saw the way you walk. I saw the way that the desk was and the crowd. I go, this is. No,
I agree, and
I'm
it's
not.
a sterile crowd, and so because
I'm
of
not,
that,
no.
I go 7 because this
7,
is
yeah.
dude. At one point, like in front of crowds like that, sometimes I just feel like going, fuck it. I'm just gonna say something I'm not supposed to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you don't get asked back. You know, which I didn't, so I might as well just said fuck it.
Well,
Yeah,
if
man.
you saw like a cruise ship to do, it's like these people are like, entertain me.
Yes.
I paid $3,000 to be here. You better, and it's you against them.
Yeah.
That seemed very
I
you
agree.
against them.
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
We're all in this, and you noticed when Mitch, you had that one joke that kind of flipped the trust. They're like, okay, this guy.
Yep.
We're all together now.
There's something too, and I don't know how many people in the audience knew who you were, but there's something that no, honestly,
You're correct, yeah.
and there's something about comics. If you don't know who that comic is,
Yeah.
there's a larger wall that we have to climb over to get your approval. It's really weird. If a comic comes out who they all know, it's almost like they relax and go, "We're gonna laugh at this. We're gonna laugh at Bill Burr because we trust Bill Burr to make us laugh."
Or even if you don't know him, other people have signed off on him.
There's something about being
yeah.
a comic that other people don't know that they just assume that not for me.
Well, you know what? But then there's the opposite, right? Let's say you're Steve-O, okay, and you came in to do a guest set.
Yeah.
Place is gonna go fucking bananas, right?
Yeah.
Now you got a minute and a half until they go, are you going to fucking say something or not?
Yeah, all right.
So
what
it
now?
goes both ways.
Yeah.
So you're either really well known or you're like probably 75 to 80% of us. We're just like, all right, I got to start
what
from here.
happens. Yeah.
I got to start from zero, which is fine because all my life, I've learned not to answer the question, where do I know you from? Because I'm familiar, I'm not famous.
Yeah.
And the worst...
like the guy from that thing.
Yeah.
The
Did
guy
I go to
from
high
the
school with you?
I was on a flight once, and this stewardess, this is the last time I answered it. She goes, I know you from somewhere. Where do I know you? I go, I had a TV show on TBS. She goes, no, that's not it. I go, I'd done the Tonight Show a bunch of times. She goes, no, that's not it. I go, well, I mean, a stand-up comic. She goes, no. She goes, did you work at Geek Squad at Best Buy? I'm like, fuck! So per my last clip, you gave me, forget what was that?
I gave you an 8.
8 out of 10.
I gave you a 7.
7 out of 10. I'll give myself I'd say 6 out of 10. I'd give myself a 6 out of 10 on that
there
one.
You go.
Okay, so let's recap scores. Who we had? Number 1, we had Louis C.K. Do you remember what we had for Louis?
Louis C.K., you gave him an 8. Josh gave him a 9. John gave him a 5.
Oh, that messes up the whole thing because I gave him a 5. He's like, I'm out. I can't win.
That's all right.
5. That's
I
like
think
American
total
Mac
score
come
of
in strong.
22.
22.
Okay, 22 for Louis. Then
Which
we had...
is also the average age of the person he jerked off in front of.
Then we had, was it Mitch Hedberg second?
That's right, yeah. Mitch
Hedberg second. What did he have?
Oh, no, we had Andy Kaufman second. I'm
Andy
sorry.
Kaufman's number 2.
You gave him a 3.
Yep.
Josh gave him a 10. John gave him a 6.
Who gave him a 3?
I gave him a 3.
All right.
And that was a total score of 19.
Ooh,
I didn't give him a
okay.
10.
You gave him a 10. You said, I loved how absurd he was. He was great, but I'm never watching him again. 10. That's what you said.
No.
That is what you said.
That's check the.
I give him a
Rewind the
10.
video tape.
It's on the tape. We
I-
can
you can go to the tape.
Okay.
I-
You want to recap? You want to
I would-
change
I
it?
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I would-
That's a lie.
I would give
That's
him,
fake news.
I would give him a 2.
Okay.
A number 2.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was an 11.
Whoa. Okay,
Overall.
then we got Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch Hedberg, you gave him a 9. Josh gave him a 9. John gave him an 8. It's a total 26.
26, okay. So we got Mitch in there.
There you go.
And then Steve Byrne was our last.
We had
Bernie
Bernie
Mac.
Mac.
We had Bernie Mac.
You gave him a 7. They both gave him 10s.
27, okay.
So he's
So
the top guy.
Bernie's and then Steve Byrne doesn't matter because Bernie Mac is our winner. So Bernie
Mac's
Mac
the
is
winner.
winner of episode 1 of Comedy Pinata, coming to you from the iconic, historic Zanies in Nashville. Gotta thank my gentlemen over here, John and Josh. Keep up with them. Josh, one more time, you have an hour special.
Special Here for the Fun comes out on my YouTube channel. It is an hour and a half, guys. 30 minutes of stand-up, an hour of music. I am more proud of this than anything I've ever done. I shot it right here. Check it out.
Let's go.
And John, you have a tour coming up. And
I got a tour. We're touring all over the country in the fall. Mostly, I'm not making that joke. Yeah, we're touring all over in the fall. John Crist comedy. I don't know. Look me up. Not Google, but anything else.
Ladies and gentlemen, Comedy Pinata, episode 1. We'll be back next week with episode 2. Thank you guys so much.